Here we go. Oh, my hair looks crazy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Breakfast with Disaster. My name is Dan Bauer. This is a show we are live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. We have a simple mission. It's to tell you about all the worst things that can happen so you know how to avoid them. And today we're going to be talking about something special that we're helping other people to avoid, hopefully. You can see that I am not in my office. And let me back up. Why do I even know about disaster, right? Because I work for ServPro. You can see this little handy dandy orange house on my shirt, and we're the people who help to deal with them. So we know a lot about this topic. And like I said, you can see I'm not in my office. I am in our textile processing department. And if I could move the camera, I could show you all the machines and everything we've got going on in here. But there's something really special I wanted to point out behind me. All this firefighter bunker gear. Uh, well, I've got a pretty cool announcement for you guys this morning. Something that I'm personally excited about and passionate about. Um, and it's still kind of a secret. It's still kind of a soft launch here, but I decided now was as good a time as any to put it out in public. We're calling it the Hero Ready Gear Program, and in a nutshell, here's what it is. We've started to offer to clean our local firefighters' bunker gear, their turnout gear. This is the protective ensemble that they would wear going in to fight a fire. We started to clean that totally free of charge, totally complimentary. We do pickup, we do drop off. It's very easy for them, and we did this for a couple of reasons. But mainly because we felt like it's something we could do better than anyone else. That was sort of a unique thing that we could give back to the first responder community. And you can see we've already started to do it with some folks that we know just from our day to day work. Um, what do I mean by that? Why would we get involved with this? Why is this something that we think that we can help, especially with? Well, here's exactly what I mean. Look at this gear in this picture. It's filthy. And bunker gear, if it's not thoroughly cleaned on a routine basis, can be pretty hazardous. And obviously, gear like this would be decontaminated probably at the scene, but lots of soot, lots of smoke, lots of debris remains. And for years, and I'm not a firefighter, but I speak to them pretty regularly. Um, for years, having like soot covered, dirty bunker gear was considered to be kind of a badge of honor. And cleaning it was something that, in some cases, could even be like a violation of a superstition. I heard one story about a firefighting unit that was like up in arms because, unbeknownst to them, somebody had brought in one of their maintenance supervisors and cleaned all their gear overnight. And they were really upset about this because, again, having that gear. Um, Covered in soot, covered in staining, was a badge of honor and a reminder of what you'd done. Um, Science has kind of caught up with that reality and changed this, and the science is pretty unequivocal. Dirty bunker gear is dangerous. On one hand, just think of what's on it. That staining, that debris, is actually the remnants of the fire that was fought. There's soot, there's smoke, there's chemicals, there's carcinogens, and if these substances aren't removed, and that bunker gear isn't cleaned in a really thorough way, especially over time as it accumulates, that firefighter is going to be kind of routinely exposing themselves to those carcinogens. And there's all sorts of studies about uh, different types of chemicals that actually get released during a fire and even on the gear itself because of the fire retardant properties that can be released. It's dangerous. But past that, and science has also shown that bunker gear that isn't routinely clean, that isn't clean, that still carries that those remnants of the fires that have been fought in the past is actually less effective than clean gear as well. It's less effective at reflecting heat. It can be covered in potentially combustible materials. It exposes that firefighter to heightened risk, along with you can see here all the reflective striping as this dulls. You wouldn't think that's as big a deal as some of the other things I'm talking about, the carcinogens, the combustibles, etc. But imagine if this striping is dulled because it's stained, it's covered in soot, whatever, and that firefighter's in a situation where they need rescue or they're trying to find somebody who needs rescue. That reduced visibility is a huge liability. It's a huge danger. And all of these things can happen if you're just not routinely cleaning your gear. Um, and you might be wondering, Dan, why are you making such a big deal about this? Like, can't they clean it themselves? Can't you throw it in the washing machine and be done with it? Why are you even getting involved? And the answer there is that bunker gear is kind of complicated. It's a really unique. It's kind of a marvel of engineering when you really start to think about it. Modern firefighting, and especially the ensembles, the protective ensembles that firefighters use, are a relatively new development. They really started. You could trace back to like 1730. I saw one date, but this fire cap here, which is considered to be sort of the advent of the modern firefighting protective apparatus, this came around in like New York City in the 1800s, is when people started to think about this, study it, and invest in protecting firefighters like this. Basically, consistently through over the decades since the 1800s, people have made improvements to these ensembles, and science has improved, and we've started to understand the dangers of fire, smoke, soot, etc., the dangers of heat, and how to protect firefighters from it. Um, in fact, the firefighting apparatus today has become so complicated that there's a special standard from the National Fire Protection Association just for cleaning it. That's NFPA 1851. And that dictates everything from how the gear should be handled, where you're allowed to bring it. You're not supposed to bring it home. How many spin cycles it should be subjected to, how much G force it can be subjected to, the pH of the detergent, the exact temperature of the washer and the dryer, all of these things, because these sets, these ensembles are so complicated. There's so much engineering that goes into them, and if that gear is not washed properly, it's not treated properly, you can drastically reduce its service life or even ruin it altogether. I'll give you an example. Gear is there's a measure that all gear is subjected to. It's called TPP, thermal protective performance. It's a rating. And if you wash or dry gear improperly or you handle it improperly, you can immediately cause that TPP rating to drop. And that number is not like a abstract number. It's not something that, it gets rated at TPP whatever and then it stays that way for the over the course of its life. That gear can lose TPP over time. In fact, it does just from regular use. And TPP is not just a number on a graph. It's literally the measure of how long in a flash fire situation it would take for a firefighter to suffer a second degree burn. So the minimum for a firefighter's code is 35 TPP rating. That equates to an exposure of about 17.5 seconds before, in that situation, that firefighter would be burned, would suffer a second degree burn. That is not a lot of time. Now imagine accidentally lowering that threshold, not even realizing it, because that gear wasn't properly washed, it wasn't properly dried, it wasn't properly handled. That's the sort of thing that we're trying to avoid, and that's what can happen if gear is just washed, in a washing machine. If that washing machine can even handle something that big, it's a complex maneuver. Now, what I'm saying should not be any news to firefighters. They know that cleaning gear is very important. They know it's important to keeping them safe. What would keep firefight? Why would they need me? Why would they need ServPro to help out this? Why are they not already cleaning it all the time, routinely and completely? Often, and this is what I've found in my discussions, it just comes down to cost and inconvenience. For a firefighting company to send a set of gear, and this is, like I said, bunker gear, so you've got the shells here, and there's also liners, there's other parts of the ensemble. It's a complicated piece. For them to take that and send it to the manufacturer, which typically is what they would do, it can cost several $100s for one set, hundreds of dollars just to get one set cleaned. And not only that, but they may not have that set for 3, 4 weeks at a time, maybe more if there's a backup. So they're paying quite a bit of money per set just for that cleaning and essentially taking a firefighter out of service in many ways until that set comes back. That's not an easy thing for especially a volunteer department to do, to accept, hey, we're going to have to eat this cost, and hey, you're not going to be able to do the things we're asking you to do until this comes back. And that's not a situation that we want to see that our local firefighters are in. So that's why we stepped up to the plate. That's why we've created this Hero Ready Gear program, is so we figured, hey, we can do this. We'll do it for you for free. We will pick up, we will drop off, we will beat those turnaround times. Usually we're getting this back in a matter of days. Typically we tell people a week, but a matter of days is usually the turnaround. We're doing it correctly because we have behind me, and I'll shift here, our Sport to Wash system. So this is a very unique system. It's made for all sorts of textile processing. So we'll use it on fires. If there's a fire, it will wash all your clothes, all your soft goods, even sewage, mold, those sorts of things, those contaminants. This system is capable of getting them out of textiles. It's a wonderful thing. We're one of the only folks in the area who has one of these, so we can process these in house. It's made things much easier to our customers. And this system has a program loaded on it. It is internet connected, um, specifically for watching this gear that is NFPA certified. It follows NFPA 1851 exactly. It takes all the guesswork out of this. So we can know with full confidence when we're processing this gear, we are not affecting its TPP. We are not bringing its ratings down. We are not affecting its performance. We are doing this right. And I know this because not only did I go to the trouble of getting that program, I got myself certified too. So I can process this gear for them. So we want to do this because we know we can save them money. We can get these firefighters back into service. We can keep them safer. We can keep them healthy, and we can do it better than anyone in the world. And we're going to do it for free. And we're really excited about that. So, like I said, this is sort of a soft launch. This is sort of a secret. If you know a firefighter, if you are a firefighter, and Kathy, I know you're on. Hoping you're listening. Tell your friends. I would love to do this for them. I don't know how many sets we're going to be able to process. This is new territory for us. As much as I wish to say we could do it for everyone, tell your friends. Um, I would love to do this for them. We've already started to do it. This gear comes out so much cleaner, so much safer. And they're getting it back in a couple of days, and money is not changing hands. They can reinvest that money back into their firefighters, back into their department, whatever they need. It's been really rewarding, and I can't wait to do more of it. So um, let the people know. And thank you guys for hanging out. As you can tell, I'm really excited about this. And I have to give props. This is not really my baby. This is my sales rep Chris's baby. And he's sort of running it, so he'll definitely be involved. He just couldn't be with us today, so I decided to step in and let you guys know about it because I think it's really cool. Um, let's get to the good part. Let's get to the exciting part. Let's get to the prize. I'm going to pop the wheel of names up here. So if you're watching this and you do not recognize this wheel, you do not know what it means, I am shocked that you're here, but welcome. Uh, Members of the Serve Pro Mug Club get their number up on this wheel. And joining the Serve Pro Mug Club is so easy. You just ask, you get a coffee mug with a number on the bottom. You can use that coffee mug to drink coffee. You can keep it in a cabinet, never look at it again. That's really up to you. But you get your number on this wheel. And we draw a prize every single week during this live stream for folks on this wheel. And if you are watching and I draw your number, then you get a double prize. And double prizes can be pretty incredible things. It's not just two of something. I try to make those a little extra special for you. So the only way I know if you're watching and you're out there and you're in the Mug Club, only way I know you're watching is if you leave a comment. So I've seen some folks leave some comments already. I see Jackie there, Kathy, Jennifer, Lisa, Lynn is here, Devin's here, Jennifer. I'm assuming Jennifer Bucky's here too. Well, yeah, there you are, Jennifer. All sorts of folks, usual suspects. If anyone else is on and your number's on this wheel, just say hey. Say hey, good morning, Dan. Um, your hair looks great. Whatever you want to say. And we'll make sure you get counted. I'm going to draw this right now, so give me a moment here to get over to my window. I don't have my usual upstairs setup. Let's go. And we're spinning and we're spinning. A lot of numbers on this wheel. Shout out to the Serve Pro Mug Club bringing the people together. We got 352. 352. That is going to be the wonderful, the incredible Melissa Frank over at Metro Rose Kirsch. So, Melissa, if you're on, shoot us a message, shoot us a comment, say good morning. If you're not, man, you've missed an opportunity for an incredible double prize, and it's really, really sad for you, but we'll get you anyway. Until next week, every Tuesday at 10:10 a.m., we are here. And who knows what we'll be talking about then? This is an ever changing world here at Serve Pro. But I will be there with you and we'll be hanging out and it'll be great. I'll see you next week. Thanks.